In this episode of Fictional Hangover, we talk about how fandoms and cults are very similar. Learning the difference between steak, S-T-E-A-K, and steak, S-T-A-K-E. Talking Carpathian to bunnies. And using fiction as a how-to guide to becoming a vampire hunter in our discussion of Bunnicula by Deborah Howe and James Howe. Hey there, Bells. Welcome to Fictional Hangover.
No, we're workshopping
that.
No,
not that. That is not it.
I'm doing a hard veto on that.
Nope. Hey everybody, welcome to Fictional Hangover, a podcast about books that is full of spoilers. Every week we discuss a different book in way too much juicy detail. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Claire. And today we're going to discuss Bunnicula by Deborah Howe and James Howe.
Standard disclaimer. If you haven't read this book, it was published in the 70s, so you need to get on that. Please remember that Fictional Hangover is all about spoilers. If you haven't read or listened and don't want to be spoiled, stop listening to us and go read or listen to the book. Then come back. If you haven't done this but want to pretend that you have, or if you don't care about spoilers, or if you just like the show so much that you don't care about any of that, then listen up.
This book is as old as my brother.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, you've got over 40 years of background information.
Yes,
there.
yeah.
And I know there's a comic, I know there's a cartoon, I know there's several...
There's so many things.
Sequels.
So many things. This background information that I pulled is actually from an interview that took place in August of 2005. So that's also a very long time ago. Wow. And this interview is very in-depth. It's called Insights Beyond the Movie. James Howe interviewed in Yonkers, New York on August 31st, 2005. So this interview is really, really long, and it goes over like everything that James Howe, I think, has ever done in his entire life. But it's actually it was a really nice interview, and I enjoyed reading it, and I read the whole thing.
I suspect the interview is longer than the book.
It probably is. Yeah. So I'm pulling a couple of bits here from it, but James is asked, your first book, Bunnicula, A Rabbit Tale of Mystery, was published in 1979 and has been so successful it led to many more Bunnicula books. Where did that first idea to write about a vampire bunny come from? So he says that he wrote it with his late wife, Debbie, who was actually diagnosed with cancer while they were working on this book. And there's a whole lot of the interview about that, and it's really sweet and precious. But he says Bunnicula really got its start with a little greeting card that he made of a vampire rabbit, and it was inspired by watching too many vampire movies late at night. And I thought, well, that sounds exactly like us. And then he says, I didn't think anything of writing a book about it, but Debbie's mother said a vampire rabbit would be a great character for a children's book. And you know what? I don't think she was wrong.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Then they go on to talk about the collaboration with them writing the book together, and they, what's it like? And he said that they would take turns writing, and that one would hold a pad of paper and just like dictate everything. And they wrote the book completely out loud, and they would tell the story, and then one would start a sentence and the other one would finish it. And I think that's so cute.
Aww.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, everyone should go and read this interview. I have a link that we should try to remember to post because it's really beautiful. And there was a whole lot of stuff about how, and 20 years ago, he's talking about how people need to be represented in books and all of this stuff. And it was just really great. It was a really great interview.
Oh, I'm going to have to read it. I can see you've put the link on this.
Yeah.
So
everyone's going to need to check that out.
Cool.
Yeah. So what about initial thoughts? I read this as a kid.
I did not. I have never heard or come across Bunnicula until you held up the book and when we were discussing what to cover. And we were having such a debate because, like, the theme this month is Children of the Night. And we wanted books inspired by, you know, Dracula, Carmel Interview, you know, the pop culture one. I mean, this is perfect.
Yeah,
you know,
obviously.
And then you just reached down, pulled up this book of a bloody vampire bunny rabbit. And I was like,
what?
Where the hell has this been hiding? Obviously, we're covering this now.
Yes. Yeah.
But it did give me sort of, but not, Count Duckula vibes. And I know I've mentioned Count Duckula before, and it is excessively British.
Yes.
You still need to Google it.
I know. I need to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's episodes on YouTube. But yeah, when I saw the cartoon of the images of Bunnicula, it again gave me the Count Duckula vibes.
Okay,
so,
well, I'll need to go check that out. You read the interview. I will watch Count Duckula.
Deal.
We will reconvene.
And then you'll be like, Claire, this explains so much about your personality.
Okay, yes. I will say, I need to say thank you to superfan Connie for gifting me this copy of Bunnicula that I have. She gave it to me a few years ago. I thought it was really cute.
Nice.
But also it kind of makes me want to throw up a little bit that we've been doing the podcast for so long that I can say thank you to a superfan for giving me something years ago. Years and years ago. I know, it's insane. It's insane.
Crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Well, everybody, grab your popcorn because
it's not going to take that long.
It's not going to take that long, but it's going to be a bit of a trip.
It is. It is. Podcaster's note from the editor's note. The book the following summary is based upon is a true and accurate transcription of the events that took place in the Munro family home. The home consists of Mr. and Mrs. Munro, their 2 children, Toby, age 8, and Pete, age 10, their cat, Chester, and the author of the tale, Harold, whose full-time occupation is dog.
That was literally like my favourite line in the book.
Yes.
My full-time occupation is dog. Harold recalls the time the abomination was brought home. The Monroes had been to the cinema one dark and stormy night. The front door flew open on their return as lightning flashed behind them. Mr. Monroe was carrying a little bundle. After much kerfuffling, with coats and the like, the situation was finally explained to Harold. Toby found something on his seat at the movies, so they brought it home. It is a white rabbit with black markings.
What's a rabbit doing at the movies? The rabbit has a piece of paper tied around its neck with ribbon. The language totally unfamiliar to the Munros, but because of Harold's diverse ancestry, he recognizes it as an obscure dialect of the Carpathian mountain region. How much do you love this dog already? Roughly translated, also dog pun, roughly translated, the note reads, "Take good care of my baby." More kerfuffling takes place as the boys find the bunny a box to sleep in and decide on a name. Since they went to see Dracula and the creature is a bunny, they decided to call him Bunnicula. Also, can I just say that I wish that I was a part of this family because how old are the boys? 8 and 10, and they're going to see Dracula at the theater.
Yeah.
Also, I'm curious which version of Dracula this is because this book came out in the 70s.
It's got to be a Bela Lugosi re-release, I think.
It's got to be. Or, I mean, I guess we don't technically know when the book takes place. So
That's true, that is true.
Yeah.
I will say, / confess, Me and my brother did get my mum to take us to see the first Blade movie when we were far too young,
That's
and that was an
amazing.
18 certificate, and I was hecking nowhere near
That's
18.
amazing. I mean, the first movie that I remember watching at the theater was Ghostbusters 2, and I was 5. But, like, I mean, it's Ghostbusters, so it's amazing, but props, maybe not for a 5-year-old.
No.
I mean, I don't care.
The first movie I saw.
Read and watch whatever you want to, listeners. But
Mine will have been a Disney. Why do I think it was Peter Pan or Cinderella? I remember my mum taking me to the cinema and then constantly saying I need to go to the toilet because I was that annoying child.
Claire.
Well, I probably wasn't interested. I remember seeing Jurassic Park at the cinema and my mum squeezing my hand so tightly during the Rexy scene that, like, even now, I still feel it. Anywho, back to Bunnicula.
Yes.
Every night, Chester selects a book from the shelf and curls up in his favourite chair to read.
Chester's a cat, everyone. Remember, please. The cat is reading books all night long. I love him.
/ relatable. Harold notes this has helped his friend develop a very vivid imagination. This dark and stormy night, Chester chooses the fall of the house of Usher. Because of course it is.
Because of course he chooses Poe.
As Chester is reading, he notes how eerily still the house has become. A cold chill goes down his spine, and he is compelled by an unknown force to look at the rabbit. The black markings on the rabbit make it look as if he's wearing a cape. There is an unearthly aura about him. But then the rabbit smiles, revealing 2 little pointed fangs. Sharp pointed teeth.
The next few days are uneventful. Harold is very bored. Bunnicula sleeps all day, and Chester is curious about what he saw that first night. Harold confronts a bleary-eyed Chester, who exclaims that the rabbit is a danger to the household and everyone in it. Chester refuses to say more, and things continue this way for a few more days, until Chester reports that the bunny escaped its cage without opening the door or breaking anything. After a strange incident involving the big clock in the hallway with the pendulum and losing 45 minutes of time watching it move back and forth, Chester finds the bunny in the kitchen, and the next morning Mr. Monroe finds a white tomato in the fridge. The cat is just watching the clock for 45 minutes.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
When Mrs. Monroe cut into the strange fruit, she found it dry, completely missing all its juice. This is very significant. Chester also saw suspicious marks on the tomato skin that looked like teeth marks. Tonight, Chester will reread The Mark of the Vampire and instruct Harold to meet him that night and to make sure he's had a nap. Right, okay, pause 1 second. They've got the fall of the House of Usher, the mark of the vampire. You cannot tell me that Mr. and or Mrs. Monroe aren't all vampires all the time.
I'm pretty sure they are. Also, they took their children to see Dracula.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, I want to be a part of this family.
Yes, it's so cool.
Harold almost misses the meeting with Chester because there were good snacks in Toby's room. After some maneuvering, both Harold and Chester manage to sit on Chester's chair. Chester then lays out the facts as he sees them. The white tomato was drained of its juice. Bunnicula sleeps all day, has little sharp teeth, can get out of his cage, and was found with a note written in a Carpathian mountain regional dialect, an area of Transylvania. The rabbit is a vampire.
Gasp!
Just then, they hear a noise in the kitchen. They don't find Bunnicula, but they do find a white zucchini.
Dum dum dum. The next morning, Mrs. Monroe screaming wakes Harold and Chester. She's found more of Bunnicula's victims. Beans, peas, squash, tomatoes, lettuce, and the zucchini. All white! Oh, the humanity! Won't somebody think of the vegetables? The humans think it's some sort of strange blight. While Chester, however, takes it upon himself to sort out their vampire problem. This involves him donning Mr. Monroe's shaving towel as a cape, flopping around, hissing, baring his teeth, and biting Harold. Harold is confused, and the Monroes think he got into the brandy again and is cold. But Chester thinks he's doing a reasonably good impression of a vampire, and thus warning the household. It does not work. No, it does not.
He's got a little towel on like a cape. It gets even better because later that afternoon, after Chester has sulked about being put into his little kitty sweater, and Harold has sulked about being bitten, they speak to each other again. Chester has decided to take matters into his own hands, whilst wearing a tiny cat sweater.
And it's got little mice on it.
It's so cute.
That night, Harold hears strange noises and smells something funny coming from downstairs. The smell is so strong, Harold has to investigate, and he finds Chester with a stinky thing around his neck. It's garlic. Not only that, but Chester has put garlic all over the living room. Chester has been using the mark of the vampire as a literal how-to guide. Come morning, while no vegetables are sucked dry, Mrs. Monroe washes Chester in the sink because he's so stinky. Chester needs to find a less stinky but effective plan.
Later, a passing comment from Mrs. Monroe gives Chester an idea, and he enlists Harold to help him. Chester orders Harold to get Bunnicula out of his cage, and after a bit of finagling, Harold is able. In the meantime, Chester has collected the steak the Monroes were planning to eat for their dinner and places it on Bunnicula approximately where his heart is. Chester then pounds down on the steak. This goes on until Mr. and Mrs. Monroe come in a few moments later. They try to catch Chester, but he runs off to the water bowl, brings the water bowl back into the living room, and with very bad aim, throws it, hitting Harold, not Bunnicula. For his antics, the Monroes put Chester outside for the night. Look, being so smart, obviously he's a very intelligent cat because he's reading Fall of the House of Usher. He should know the difference between the types of steaks. That might be my surprise.
At the same time, a kitty cat.
That might be my surprise, though.
Okay.
That he doesn't know.
If I'm giving children the benefit of the doubt when they do stupid stuff,
you're going to give the cat
I'm giving a cat
the benefit of the doubt?
the benefit of the doubt when they're doing stupid stuff.
Okay.
For the next few days, Chester acts like the cat he is, and not the vampire hunter he was trying to be. Harold knows he's up to something, but Chester hasn't spoken to him since the steak incident. In the meantime, Harold has been stopping by Bunnicula's cage for chats and starts to see the rabbit as his friend, which is really funny because Bunnicula is literally asleep the entire time and has no concept. On this particular visit, Bunnicula's ears are droopy and he's tired and listless. Oh. Clearly, Bunnicula is sick. Harold will have to investigate.
That night, Harold goes into the living room to check on Bunnicula, only to find a garlic-wearing Chester standing arms outstretched in front of Bunnicula. Chester is starving Bunnicula. Harold doesn't understand why Chester is so intensely against Bunnicula draining veggies of their juices. Leaving it for the night, Harold is determined to sort things out the following day and make sure Bunnicula eats.
All day Harold thinks until it hits him. Chester keeps taking Bunnicula's food away. But what if Harold takes Bunnicula to his food? It just so happens that sitting on the dining table is a great big bowl of salad. Perfect. Making sure the coast is clear, Harold gets Bunnicula out of his cage and carries him to the salad bowl. As the night falls, Bunnicula wakes up and finds himself in Harold's mouth, being carried, then being carefully placed on the dining table and next to the salad bowl. Chester comes running in as Bunnicula is hopping toward the salad, and with a giant leap, the cat sends the salad bowl flying. Chester is spitting mad and ready to attack the bunny, but before he can, the Monroes come running in.
Toby picks up Bunnicula and realizes he looks unwell, so the family decides they're going to take everyone to the vet for a checkup the following day. Now, though, Chester is going to have a quick bath to get the salad dressing off his fur.
The next day, everyone goes to the vet, who discovers Bunnicula is extremely hungry. Harold could have told them that. But because of his fragile stomach, he will need to be on a liquid diet for a while. Chester is diagnosed with being emotionally overwrought and has since started cat therapy. And Harold is up to date on his shots, so he doesn't have to get any this time. The visit to the vet was not as bad as it could have been.
Going to therapy. Because that liquid diet of carrot juice works so well, the Monroes decide to leave Bunnicula on it and let him enjoy his vegetable juice. After that, the veggies never turn white again. Everything in the Monroe household is back to normal, or as normal as it can be with a vampire bunny.
I have so many questions. Oh, dear me.
Do we want to share with everyone again that they need to make sure they join us for our live episode where we discuss...
Can I do it this time?
Yes.
No,
you can't do it. You're not well enough.
I can't do it.
Okay, so you tell everyone and I'll hoa hoa in the background.
Okay. She checks the date again because she's convinced that she always gets this wrong. That's not the right date. On October 26th at 2 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Greenwich UK time. We're going live on YouTube. Yes, we are. For Halloween, we're doing the short Second Life of Bree Tanner. And the reason we're ho-hoing is because it's a Twilight book. Yay!
I really like that that's all I have to do now is just sing the hoa hoas.
Well, legally, I don't think we could probably put the sound on, really. You know, they do it on reels and stuff all the time.
That's true, they do, but also...
But I think it's better.
It's better. It is better.
Better.
It's 100% better. I am better at singing that song than the actual artists who sing the song, so... Pretty sure that's what you just said, so I'm going to go with it.
Facts. I can't deny the facts in front of me.
And you know what? I never end up singing the lyrics. I always stop before I sing the lyrics because I say if I start singing the lyrics, then I will never, ever stop until the song is over. So
and genuinely, that has happened on a few occasions where we've not been recorded.
It has. So I think that's fine. I think if we just hoa hoa, it's fine.
Ratties unite, we shall hoa hoa.
But we're not talking about ratties this time. We're talking about bunnies.
We are, unless you want to be a vampire rat.
I mean, that would be great. But we'll get to that.
It's an option.
It is an option. It's a would you rather option, possibly.
It is.
But we're not there yet, Claire.
No.
There is something that I want to talk about, and this week was a little different. Like, our Would You Rather question was a little bit different than we normally ask. It was an open-ended question.
Yes.
But and so it's my fault that I think that happened, because I originally thought about asking what you would want your name to be, or what your name would be, or if you were naming a pet, whatever, what the name would be if it was based on the last horror movie you watched. So I would really like to pose that on social media and see what kind of answers we get. Yes, I think
we should.
But, I mean, Bunnicula, because they were watching Dracula. The last horror movie that I watched, literally, if we're doing it the right way, was 1408. So I don't know what I would name a rabbit that has anything to do with 1408, because it's a haunted hotel room. And it's John Cusack.
Oh, well. I had to go back to my list, because I list everything.
Right.
And I haven't watched many movies lately. In months, my movie watching is terrible.
That's a shame.
It is. It used to be every night I would be watching a movie or two, but it's just one of those things. The Relic.
The Relic. Mm-hmm.
And then before that,
Relicula.
It was Death of a Unicorn.
Okay.
And before that, it was The Monkey.
Oh, I loved The Monkey.
The Monkey was fantastic.
The Monkey was fantastic.
So, I don't know what they would be.
Yeah. I like that you have recently watched The Monkey, though, and I have recently watched 1408, because these are both Stephen King stories. That makes me happy.
The Monkey was ridiculous.
I loved The Monkey.
I think I like horror comedies, probably my favourite kind of horror.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that it was going to be funny, but spoiler alert, when the lady dies by being electrocuted in the swimming pool and her body explodes, was one of the best scenes in cinema of the year. And he was like, "Is that a leg?" So, just, if you haven't watched The Monkey, everyone, there is an exploding woman in a swimming pool. So everyone should look forward to that.
Yes.
But that's not what we're talking about, because we're talking about books. But could you imagine if we started talking about horror movies? Because that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother thing that we could do, and it would never end.
Oh, if Waffle House wanted to sponsor us just to do a podcast on book discussions and then another one on movies,
and it will be amazing. I'm there immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But vampire bunnies called Bunnicula.
Yes. Yeah. So if you've watched a horror movie lately, listeners, and can come up with a good name for your pet.
I'm going to amend that slightly, because some people don't watch horrors at all.
Oh, so just any movie?
No, it's got to be a horror movie or a horrible movie.
Ooh, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
So I don't want unless it's, I mean, if the rom-com was horrible, then fine. But it's either got to be a horrible movie that's just, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or a horror movie.
I like it. See, and this is going to change every day for me, because pretty much every day, maybe not quite, but because we are in the month of October, as of recording, we watch a horror movie almost every night.
Yeah, I've got Halloween horror all night. I'm very excited.
That's very exciting.
One.
I'm excited for you.
Kind of reminds me of when we talked to Fuck This House and Other Disasters for the new Indie Spotlight with
Brian Asman.
Brian Asman. That was a huge conversation about movies and horror movies and stuff.
Really fun.
So everybody should go and check that out.
Definitely.
As well. And then after this.
Yeah.
And that'd be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun.
Anywho, vampire bunnies, questions.
Yeah, what are your questions?
Harold's genetically able to understand a Carpathian mountain dialect, regional dialect, because of some ancestry. How cool would that be if that was real?
That would be amazing. Just whatever your ancestry is, you automatically know all of those languages. That would be so cool.
I mean, it would put was it DNA Ancestry and 23andMe out of business, because you could just go, well, I'm just tapping into that ancestry knowledge.
Just knowing
that was
that.
less question than more comment.
Yeah.
Why? And this is probably my surprise. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Chester so against Bunnicula sucking the juices of vegetables dry? When, let's face it, he either is going to eat said vegetables or drink said vegetables, because cats are carnivores, so it doesn't even infringe in the smallest of way on his diet.
I think that he's just concerned about the fact that he's a vampire and that it could lead to other things.
He's a vampire of vegetables.
But still, he's a vegetarian vampire.
He's vegan. He's vegan.
Do you think he has golden eyes? Stop.
He's very sparkly in the sun.
Stop it.
Yeah, I just think Chester needs to chill. He's obviously, I mean, Harold does say he does have a very active imagination because of all the books he's read, which is fine.
He's a reader.
But we read loads of books and we don't react like that. At least, I don't think that I have.
I can't say the same thing about myself.
I probably have. I think it was perfectly reasonable.
Yeah. I did recently start suspecting someone of being in a cult because of books that I've read.
Yeah, I've done that all the time.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this person is part of a cult. There's a lot of interesting things happening. Pretty sure that they're in a cult. Don't know if they know it, but I'm pretty sure that they're in a cult.
Imagine if you were in a cult you didn't realise it.
I mean, isn't that how a lot of people are? You don't really realize that you're in a cult until you somehow get outside of it and everyone's like, man, what have you been doing?
Man, that was crazy. I mean, I think we're probably already in a cult.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But like, it's when you say, oh, you've got to wear all the same sneakers, everyone's got to wear a tracksuit, and you've got to do what you say.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Fandoms and cults are very, very similar.
They are. Anyway. Talking about this book again, I really love that Chester decides he needs to become a vampire slayer because he reads books. I mean, is that not us? We're vampire
Yes.
hunters because of all the books that we read.
Very clearly.
Yeah, and I also really appreciate that Harold helps the vampire bunny and becomes his pal. Like, it's really great.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a friend.
That's it. He takes the time to understand Bunnicula.
Yeah.
Which is probably why Harold is probably my favourite character.
I mean, I love Chester because he's so ridiculous.
Chester's antics are some of the greatest slapstick comedy I've read this year. But it's because he's so fanatically unreasonable.
Yes.
That I'm like, whoa.
I love him.
Whoa. Nah, kitty.
I love... Claire, I laughed out loud reading this when he got mesmerized by the clock.
Oh my god, that was hilarious. That was
Somehow, 45 minutes have passed. I don't even know what happened. I was just staring at the pendulum.
So angry that they put glass in front of it so he couldn't whack it with his paw.
Oh, it's so good. But I just think about my cats and like whenever they're just staring off into the void for 45 minutes at a time, like, what are you thinking? What are you planning right now?
I insist that you buy them a copy of The Fall of the House of Usher.
I know, I need to. And see if they'll read it. Take a picture of them reading it. B reads books with me all the time. B
needs to be in the episode picture of this particular
He does.
one.
Yeah, I need to make that happen. It's not hard.
Is a white carrot just not a parsnip?
Yes, I need to see if I can acquire a parsnip.
Oh, I went to the supermarket the other day, and there was just they've started getting all the Halloween pumpkins in, and they had one big box full of white pumpkins. And I just stood there and went, Bunnicula!
It's amazing.
Oh, so funny. I don't know what to say about this. It's just such
so fun.
It's such a short story.
Yeah, and
it's so ridiculous. But I do think, like, I'm really grateful for the background information. The way you said that, like, Deborah and Jason Howe passed the book back and forth between each other.
Yeah.
Sorry, James Howe. Passed the book back and forth between the story to make it, because it actually answers a lot of questions about certain flow points and random changes in direction of what the heck's going on, and just the insertion of the craziness.
Yeah. Yep. And it's like,
and
one of them was telling the straight story, and the other one was like, but then there's a vampire bunny!
And they looked at the pendulum. I will say the one thing in the book that I did not like was the fact that Harold liked the chocolate cupcakes that one of the children had.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't give dogs human chocolate.
Yes.
That's very bad.
Yeah, but man, did he love those chocolate cupcakes.
He did, but Harold's dead now because he ate human chocolate.
He's not dead. He lives forever. Because he's
you
fictional.
Give him chocolate, you murder. Don't be a dog murderer.
Claire, I don't know if you continued reading the books. Harold is alive and well.
Well, he's got to be, because he's the author of the books.
Yeah.
But still,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
But he loves him. Loves him snacks. He gotta eat his little snackies. He likes his cupcakes with the cream in the middle.
No, don't give him Twinkies.
I mean, a Twinkie is different. Twinkies are not chocolate.
Give him cheese. Give him cheese.
Give him cheese. Give him peanut
cups.
butter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not chocolate though. It's not a good idea.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Is that like a life lesson that we're learning from this book? Do not give dogs chocolate.
Well, I didn't learn it from this book.
That's
I knew
true.
it already.
That's just something that
as I was reading
right.
it, I was very upset.
Yeah, stop doing it.
I was like, that's not good.
Yeah. You have already expressed your surprise, and I expressed one of my surprises earlier, that Chester, in all of his learned knowledge, doesn't know the difference between steak and steak. But also, I'm surprised that Harold and Chester have conversations, but Bunnicula does not.
I mean, to be fair, he is asleep a lot of the time.
Right. But, I mean, surely he would wake up when he's in the dog's mouth. And you think he would be like,
I'm wondering
hey.
if Bunnicula speaks a very niche Carpathian language.
But Harold would understand that because of his ancestry.
But has he tried speaking to Bunnicula in Carpathian?
I don't think so.
Maybe we should all find a bunny rabbit and speak Carpathian.
I think that we should. All right. Does that bring us to our favorite final thought quote? Is that where we are now?
I think it's going to have to. It's not that big a story to really be able to talk much.
So short. It's fewer than 100 pages.
It is. I'll just give you a couple.
Okay.
Curiosity, I ventured. I suppose you could call it that. I prefer to think of it as the challenge of the unknown. It's awfully positive, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. This one may have actually happened in real life. My reverie was broken by the sound of crunching bacon. I was in the kitchen in a flash.
Oh, Harold.
What have you got?
It's just because I do read that I know what I'm talking about. Which I feel like
true.
It's very true. Real life or book. You can't say. I also appreciate Harold's quote here. I've always had trouble with words myself. Half the time, they don't mean what I think they're going to. And then, even when I do find out what they mean, I forget the next day anyway. You might say that I'm smart, but just not the scholarly type. You're a dog. Oh. So good. It's a lot of fun.
It is. It very much is.
All right, should we move on? Is it Pew-Pews?
So we asked an open-ended question. Weird, I know. If you were a vampire but also an animal like Bunnicula, what animal would you rather be? And we got a couple of responses. People were like, when I was asking, they were like, it's too much pressure. I don't know what animal I want to be. I was like, okay, calm, it's fine. Coral on Facebook said, I love animals plus love vampires, so putting these two together is too good. I'll go with cat vamp. Sometimes cats like to act like a vampire, so you can only imagine how this would go. Jump in the middle of the night as you sleep and bite his face off his food. And bite for face off food is... What? And bite for face off food is food.
Might be some
punctuation.
In there.
Need some punctuation.
Oh.
I need punctuation in my life.
You're going to get your face bitten off because food is food. You don't have a choice. Food is food.
Yes. Yes.
Cindy on Facebook says, a squirrel climbing trees and then doing a leaping ambush. They would never see me coming.
I love that one. Candace on Facebook said, no, it's the same one I've copied over. 2 seconds. I think it was just cat.
Maybe it was just cat.
There was 2 cats at least.
Yeah. Ash Holy Moly on Instagram, while you're looking that up, wants to be a white-tailed deer.
That's it. Candace, cat for sure. They already have the vamp fangs.
Perfect. There's a couple. I shared this one as well. So there's a couple responses that I got from my own personal Facebook. Annie, superfan Annie, wants to be a vampire squirrel. And author friend Amy McCaw wants to be a vampire monkey.
Oh, monkeys can be terrifying.
Yeah.
Mm.
What would you be?
I'm gonna go with Count Duckula and be a duck.
And be a duck. Okay.
Yes, except Count Duckula like ketchup because there was a mistake when they made him.
Reasonable. I don't know. I don't know what I would want to be. I do like the idea of being a cat. Because, you just gotta lay around all day. It just seems very nice. Very nice and peaceful.
What about Canadian goose?
Oh, you're going to be scary. You're going to be terrifying.
Be scary.
A goose.
Scary, terrifying vampire.
That could be really good. I would like to be a goose. I want to be a goose. Yeah, I like that answer. Just honking at people all the time. Yeah.
Imagine that coming at you.
Yeah, flapping your wings, being huge. Yeah. I think that would be great. I'm surprised you didn't pick a penguin.
I love penguins.
You love penguins.
I do, but I don't know.
I mean, like, what would you eat if you were a vampire penguin?
Fish.
Yep, you're right. Eat a fish.
Probably same. Like, geese and ducks have got the same diet, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What if you were a vampire horse?
Sugar cubes and apples and hair.
Yeah.
What eats cheese? And don't say mice, they like bacon. Cheese is for us Mises, though.
Yeah. A rat. I'm sure a rat would eat cheese.
Rats eat everything. Can I be a vampire Claire who eats cheese?
You can be a vampire. I mean, technically, people are
I will be a human.
Yes, I will be a human vampire. Thank you very much. I mean, that's a good answer. Next question. Would you rather have occupation dog or occupation cat? I'm gonna be a cat. I've already
dog
cat. I'm gonna be a cat.
Yeah, let's just move on. Would you rather Suck the juice from tomatoes or carrots?
This is a painful question for me because I really enjoy both, but I think I would have to choose tomatoes. Tomatoes are, one of my favorite things to eat in general, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to do tomatoes. And I love just drinking tomato juice, but I also love to drink carrot juice, so I'm choosing tomatoes.
I drink neither tomato nor carrot juice.
Why? They're delicious.
I've tried tomato juice, but it's always been a bit too tangy for me.
Mm.
I've had them in like smoothies and stuff,
Yeah.
and like shakes and things. And if it's part of something, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like drinking it neat, I can't do that.
Ooh, love it. I might have to crack open a can of tomato juice after we finish this episode. Maybe I need to include one of those in the episode image as well.
Yeah. I think do I like carrots or tomatoes more? I don't know, I like them both in different ways. I'm going to go for tomatoes because they're juicier, and I think it'd be more satisfying to suck the juice from a tomato than from a carrot.
Yeah.
And more possible because like trying to suck a
Don't ever do that again.
too.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Would you rather read a book written by a dog or a cat? This is our last question, by the way, because the book is so short.
I'm going to say dog
Okay.
because I think it'd be funnier, whereas I think cat would be a bit more serious and circumspect.
Yeah. I feel like a cat would write a really good mystery novel. And a dog would write more of a comedy. Or the story that the dog writes would be sad because every book with a dog.
Not every book.
I mean, obviously
this
not every book
wasn't.
because this one, but
I think it'd just be a bit more slapstick.
okay. Yeah, I feel like a cat would write a good mystery, good thriller, good horror.
It'd be autobiographical.
Yeah, could be.
Because every cat's out to murder someone.
Yeah. I mean, and there are all of those books. All of Rita Mae Brown's books feature her cat solving mysteries. And I think the cat is also an author on those books. I think that's true. What's the cat's name? It's a very cute name. It's like Pinkie Pie or something. Now I have to look. Well, now I gotta look it up. Yeah, another cat. Sneaky Pie. Sneaky Pie Brown. Rita Mae Brown and Sneaky Pie Brown. It's a great name. Sorry that took me so long to look it up. Sneaky Pie. It's her co-author on that enormous series of mystery books.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, wow. Now we're at if you liked this, try this already. What are you going to suggest?
I am going to suggest something that my offspring has recommended.
Oh, good. He's very good at suggesting books.
Yes, he likes to do it's his age group. So
yeah.
And it's this is the first book. He's just got the second one. He's very excited.
Okay.
The first one, it's called Inkbound, Meticulous Jones and the Skull Tattoo by Philippa Leatherly. On her 10th birthday, meticulous Metty Jones receives her fate, as all children do, in the form of a magical tattoo on her hand. She hopes that her tattoo will reveal an exciting destiny, travel, discovery, or adventure. What appears is a skull in the palm of her violet glove. Metty's fate is to be a murderer.
Yes, please. Yes.
When Metty's father disappears, mysterious circumstances magnificent takes her to the glittering city of New London, filled with magic, wonder and enchantment. But when Metty hears rumours of a shadowy organisation known as the Black Moths, she begins to suspect they are connected to her own dark fate.
Ooh.
He said it's very, very good, and we literally got the sequel last weekend, and he was so excited. We went to the bookshop specifically for him to get the sequel. So, yeah.
Amazing. All right.
What What have you got?
I am going to suggest another middle grade book that was written in the 1970s.
Ooh.
I know. I'm going to suggest The House with the Clock in Its Walls by John Bellairs. There was a movie several years ago about it, too. It's fun.
Oh, was that the Jack Black movie?
Yep. And Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Yep. When Louis Barnevelt, an orphan, comes to stay with his uncle Jonathan, he expects to meet an ordinary person. But he is wrong. Uncle Jonathan and his next-door neighbor, Mrs. Zimmerman, are both magicians. Louis is thrilled. At first, watching magic is enough. Then, Louis experiments with magic himself and unknowingly resurrects the former owner of the house, a woman named Selina Izzard. It seems that Selina and her husband built a timepiece into the walls, a clock that could obliterate humankind. Only the Barnevelts can stop it. It's fun. I mean, if you watch the movie, that's good enough. It was a pretty good adaptation. But I have read The House with the Clock in Its Walls, and it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a new and indie spotlight this week?
We do. This one, actually, I had to head over to NetGalley for because we don't often get just a ton of middle grade suggestions in our inbox. So I had to go to NetGalley for this one. But I found a great one. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Whatever. I didn't mean to say that. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. It comes out next July 2026. And it's called Transylvania County by Jenny Howard. Digby Romer has never lived in one place for very long. Despite his best intentions, he's managed to get kicked out of every European boarding school his parents have shipped him off to. Now, his dad has dragged him to live with his aunt and uncle in small-town USA, with hopes that a slower-paced life will finally fix Dig's so-called behavioral issues. But all is not well here in Transylvania County, even if the locals insist that the legends of cryptids and monsters lurking in the woods are nothing more than lore. On his first night in town, Dig is convinced that he spots a gigantic, fanged beast in the woods, but nobody believes him. And then the school's PE teacher disappears, replaced by a greasy, suspicious man named Renfield, who must have an ulterior motive. When more people begin to disappear, Dig sets off with a ragtag crew, his smarty-pants cousin, the bossy class president, and a survivalist loner to get to the bottom of things. Something is hunting in Transylvania County, and these kids might have to break a few rules to find out who. Luckily, if there's one thing Dig is good at, it's making trouble.
That sounds fun.
I mean,
that sounds really
cryptids,
fun.
a man named Renfield,
yeah,
that's got our names written all over it.
Oh, heck yeah. Cool. Oh, I have to do another vampire theme next year. No.
Please, no, not that. Anything but that. Okay, that's it. That's the end of this episode of Fictional Hangover. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Claire.
Join us next time as we discuss... Oh, finally, Claire, it's been years. One Girl in All the World by Kendara Blake. This is book 2 in her Buffy trilogy, everyone. We talked about book 1 literally years ago. And now we're finally getting around to book 2. And I loved it. It's so much fun. And you know what it means when we discuss a Kendara Blake book too, everyone.
I do.
We can't even say her name without her popping up. I'm surprised she didn't just pop in right now. But Kendara's going to join us. We love her. She's third co-host, clearly, at this point. Is this episode 10 with Kendara, or are we only at 9? We're going to have to go back and count. But she's the winner.
We're going to have to check.
She's the winner.
Jackson Ford needs to up his game.
He does. Basically. Also PC Cast. Both of them are really, it's just neck and neck. And Don Kurtigich as well. So,
Cat Ellis.
And Cat Ellis. I know.
Has
We
come
have
up.
our faves. Yeah.
Honestly, they all need to work just that little bit harder.
Yeah, really. Come on. You got to catch up.
It's all on there.
You got to catch up to Kandara.
Write some books.
Yeah, jeez. Look out for our Would You Rather polls and monthly challenges on social media. Don't forget about our book club on Discord. Be sure to visit our shop on Redbubble at fictionalhangover.redbubble.com for all your favorite Fictional Hangover themed merchandise, and become a patron of ours on Patreon at patreon.com/fictionalhangover. Until next time, remember, the only cure for a fictional hangover is another book.
Vampire book.
It's another vampire book. Shocking to everyone.
You can find us at fictionalhangover.com and follow us on all social media at Fictional Hangover. If you like this episode, check out our others and be sure to rate, review and subscribe so you don't miss out. Thanks for listening.